How's it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we are back with another of our previously in DBSCG series, where we go over the week's news from the Dragon Ball Super card game and allow you to see it in one go rather than seeing it day by day. Because once again, as you can probably see, we are on the Fusion World reveals because that's what's going on currently, and Bandai like to go ahead with the Fusion World stuff and basically just reveal it little by little and in tiny little increments. So we'll be getting 2 per day after getting a load to kind of like catch up with the Japanese one. And we're going back to a few spoilers, so we ain't got much of that this week, but we still have a fair few bits because it's more additions to see kind of like what the leaders have and what new additions the older decks get. So without further ado, we're getting into the video. Before we do, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It keeps you updated with my videos as and when they drop. And by clicking the notification bell, you can get alerts to when my videos do drop, so you can watch them there and then, or later time that suits you best. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out what we've got for this week. So starting off in colour order, we're going to red reveals, and we go for the other colours as they appear in the sets and stuff. So starting off with the red ones, and we've got 4, but we've got them put in 2 different parts, because we got a few more red cards we did last week, well, than normal, because we are kind of going through to kind of catch up with red. And yeah, for red, we've got this is all about Universe 11 stuff, because the leader is Jiren, so you'd expect a lot more Universe 11 stuff to kind of go for it. And for 2 of them, we've got Margarita and Dispo. So we've got Margarita being a good old 1-drop, that's a 10 power, 10, 10 gate power, 10k combo. And with an on-play, that if your leader is awakened, which, if you don't know, Jiren awakes at 3 or less life and goes into a 25k that then draws if you take life. So on play, if your leader is awakened, you can choose up to one of your battle cards. It gets extra 10k power for the turn, so you can make something essentially a 30k for 1, because you play this, boost something up by 1 of your battle cards by 10k, and you can combo this on that card swing to kind of get an extra 20k for 1 energy, which is not too bad, especially when offensively as well. Only common as well, so not too bad, and it has the Angel and Universe 11 trait, so it'll be interesting to see if we get enough to kind of like enough Angels to kind of benefit the whole aspect, or if we get anything that allows you to use all the Angels in one deck, but then it looks like Tournament of Power is covered just by red, so hopefully all the Angels be in red so they can go with that Grand Priest card from the set 1 and kind of make use of an Angel deck. Then for the other one we got is a 2-cost 20k Dispo, so part of the Pride Troopers in Universe 11, so he doesn't have the, well, that's all he's got, the Pride Troopers in Universe 11, he doesn't have the Tournament of Power trait, but then again, it is weird how they bring out Tournament of Power in set 2, but we don't see many things gain Tournament of Power. It's like very selective on which ones, so it's quite interesting to see that. We saw multiple different universes get in set 2, being like Universe 6, Universe 2, and Universe 7, all got the and even Universe 3 got the Universe Tournament of Power trait. So it's interesting to see why, well, like the Universe 11 stuff, even though like it's meant to not be for Top Q, but for Jiren, well, it's not got the trait as well, which is a bit weird. But it's a 2-cost 20k with 5k combo. It's got a permanent where if this card would be removed from your battle area by an opponent, so by your opponent doesn't say by removed by your battle area by your opponent. So I imagine it's by a skill and not by damage, but then it's not very clear. But I think it is by effect and not damage, because it's when removed, which technically removing is, it doesn't know if it could be counted as KO. But you may place 1 card from your life and its owner's drop instead. But then since it doesn't say like by effect or by KO, it's just removed. So it could be by damage by your opponent attacking it. You can place a card in your life and you drop instead, which isn't that great. Like critting yourself a life to protect a measly 2-cost 20k is not great, but potentially keep something on board, so it could be useful, but it doesn't seem that amazing. But also it's got when attacking, allowing you to choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 5k power or less and KO it, so very minimal, like more like a little little cantrips and stuff like that. It doesn't hit too much, and it's not like reducing something by 5k, it's actually KOing, so I think that's 5k power or less. So if you can minus something down that's bigger than that, you can just straight up take it out with this, or otherwise you're just KOing little tiny things, which is not great. So a bit disappointing so far on the Universe 11 stuff, but we've still got a lot to go, because Bandai just trickling it down, so we're getting barely in reveals per day. And then the other 2 red cards we've got is Topo, which is one of the SRs. So we got the second SR, because we saw the other one that came with the leader and the super combo and stuff, being Vegeta. And then Never Red, because we don't know how many of each color is getting an SR, because there's only 12 SRs in the set. And it could, like, if we're going each of them, if we're going 2 for each of them, that still leaves 2 extra ones. And it could be the Black get more than the rest of them, so it can kind of catch up, since it's like 2 sets behind, being revealed and being released in set 3 rather than straight at the beginning. But it could be that certain ones get more SRs than the others, but it might be that black maybe gets 4 SRs, while the rest get just 2, or it could be some get 3, some gets 2, depending. So at least the second SR for red is Topo, and he is a 4 cost 25k with 5k combo, and he has both the same traits as Dispel, but he's also got God Destruction, because it's the point when he reveals that he's the candidate for a Universe 11 God Destruction once Belmont retires. And he's got a when attacking effect, which allows you to discard one card of your hand as the cost. So we've got when attacking, discard a card from your hand as the cost. And if you do, if you do the cost, then you get to choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less and KO it. And he also has a when KO'd effect. Now, when KO'd effect is kind of iffy because it's got to specifically be KO'd, which there's ways to kind of move it. You can kind of, like yellow can kind of keep it locked down, so it can't restand, so you have to worry about it. Blue has the ability to bounce back to hand or bottom deck thing, so that way to move it without KOing. And red has the ability to kind of negate the power on a card, so that way it gives them 0. When it gets 0, it gets removed from the game by game mechanic, not KO'd. So the only real way to trigger this is by attacking it and KOing it, so your opponent attacking it and taking it out, or by green's only way of kind of removing things, which is KOing. So on KO, when KO'd is not great, but it's there as something else, so forcing your opponent to kind of remove it without an effect, without KOing, which is could avoid them attacking into it. And the when KO'd effect, at least you just let you draw 2 cards, it gives you 2 more cards in hand, which is not too bad. So like a way to kind of force your opponent to use non-KOing effects to remove this, or keep it locked down instead of something else that could be more that you kind of want to keep around. And then having just a swing for 25k, which is pretty good because it hits some of the leaders that are kind of higher than the normal base, be 25k, which is pretty cool. You also got then a Sphere of Destruction, being a 2 cost extra, which is once again another one with Topo on it, also having the same skills as Topo. And it's an activate main, which allows you to choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less than KO, so more removal for red. And then if your opponent's life is a 4 or more, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. That's really nice. Now, it's not busted, it's not absolutely broken because it's got a life restriction on it. You can't just get your opponent down to 1 and go, I'll use this to kind of deal that last damage. It's got a restriction where your opponent has to be 4 or more life. But even then, doing this when your opponent is at 4 and putting them from 4 to 3 without need to attack or anything for just 2 energy is quite nice. That's pretty cool. While also removing things is pretty cool because you can always do pretty good removal of this. 25k is still pretty good. And even then, if you're on Beerus, you can minus something down that's up to 35k, 25k, so you can get with this and do damage. And even then, put your opponent down to from 4 to 3 means that all you need to do is just put 1 more damage in by swinging, and then you put them down to 2 life, which they take that for next damage for if you've put them down from 4 to 3. Then you go down to 2 if you do extra damage, and then they're in double strike range to kind of finish off the game. We don't know how we like to put people to 2 and then finish them off that way. So that's the red cards, pretty nice ones, not busted, but pretty nice ones. And now we'll have a look at some of the other colours. So we've got 3 for the other colours, well, for most of the other colours. So for blue, we've got these 3 cards, being Eraza, I think it's Eraza or Eraza. One of Vidal's friends in school also gets the new tag of Satan City, which is a pretty nice one. That seems but it does seem a bit weird how it seems like blue has got the whole thing about Satan City with the Tour of Power, Great Saiyaman stuff, but the leader is Goku from another world, which he doesn't really meet any of these people, I don't think, and he doesn't really do with Satan City. He's just there for the tournament, but then after that he's out, and then he's comes back to fight Boo with Super Saiyan 3, then gets taken back to another world because he ran out of time. It is a weird thing to do, but Bandai like to do weird things. We've 3 of the 5 red leaders so far after 3 sets are Gokus, which while the different forms are still the same character, but he's now putting Goku in different colors. So, but then it's a weird one. It could have been Great Saiyaman or Hercule, but yeah, it is what it is. But we got Eraser, we got Sharpener as well, and we also got Great Saiyaman as the event. So they're all 1 costs, and at least for the battle cards at both 5k power. But we got Eraser being a 5k combo, and it's a searcher, so on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 non-Eraser card with a cost of 4 or less, and Satan City any special traits, add to your hand. Then place the rest of the bottom of your deck in a random order. So that means you can get cards that, like this event here, like the Great Saiyaman event, as well, searching for it, which is quite nice. And then you've got Sharpener here being activate main. Also, he's a 10k combo, so he's got a little bit more combo than Eraser. But his effect is activate main, where once per turn you can reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's the reveal card is Satan City in its special traits, during this turn, the next time you would use an extra card from your hand, you reduce it by 1 blue. So it's kind of like a different version of the Bulma we saw from think it's set 1. Yeah, I think it's from set 1, which has a way to kind of reduce the cost of extras down by 1 blue. And that's pretty cool. But then got kind of, this was more restrictive. This is a certain kind of cards. You got real top card of your deck. You got to somehow stack your deck with a Satan City, or play a lot of Satan City so you can reveal it and just go right. We both know what's coming next, what my next draw is. So next extra card I play is reduced by 1 blue, which could be really useful, pretty nice, but it's pretty weird. It's more specific than Bowman. Bowman's kind of like a lot easier to use. Then you got Great Sayman, so 1 cost event. So this is one you can reduce to play 0 with Sharpener. And that's a main where you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost less than or equal to the number of cards with Great Satan City in a special traits in your battle area and place it at the bottom of your deck. So it's a kind of way to bottom deck things, like the more Satan City you get out, which I imagine if there's Great Sayman or Vidal and stuff or Hercule, probably in there, or it could even be more cards, but it could be these are like kids that study there or like the school there. So it'd be interesting to see how many Satan City we get and how useful this kind of combo could be. But it does seem like very gimmicky, which usually was reserved to green in Masters, but it seems to be a bit in blue now. Blue seems to be more gimmicky color. Even though it's got some good cards, it seems to have a lot of weird gimmicks, like 7 or less in hand kind of thing as well. Which isn't prevalent on this. It's just the Satan City treat, so maybe they're kind of moving away from it. But still, very gimmicky for some cards. Moving on to green, and green also has some interesting ones. So it's got two, just like the other blue, it's got 2 battle cards and an event we've seen. So we've got well, an extra, not event. I'm thinking of different games now. But we've got the 1 cost King Yama being a 5 cost, well, basically no, 1 cost 5k power 10k combo. Then we got Gregory being a 2 cost 10k with 10k combo. And we got Scouter being a 2 cost, say an extra. So King Yama, his effect is on play. You can, if you have 6 or more energy, you add up to 1 skillless battle card with a cost of 1 or less when you drop, so you can get that as 1 cost skillless, which I haven't seen people really play competitively 1 cost skillless outside of red, because you can use the U7 ones in the U7 Goku, so they're a bit more powerful when that Goku's awakened, because it gives all your U7 cards during your turn 5k, so turning as 1 cost into 20k rather than 15k. So in this one, it's kind of not great, and also you get 6 more energy to get it back. So unless there's a basically good reason to play this in the next one with the Piccolo deck, then there doesn't seem to be a good reason to. But it's another one where like, this is another world, but then it's Piccolo's the leader, and then the another world leader is Goku, which is in blue. So this is kind of like weird how they got these going, but yeah, it seems to be probably going to be one of those things where it's the leader is the leader, but then the deck is around a different thing. Like we've had like a Pycon leader in Masters, but then the whole thing's around Goku and Vegeta and Gogeta and stuff, rather than actually Pycon. It's like a Pycon sticker on a Gogeta bottle, which is a thing they kind of like to do. But then we've got Gregory here, 2 cost 10k, 10k combo as a blocker as well, with a Wedding Code effect, which is good, which is pretty nice, because Wedding Code effect is good if it's got blocker, because you can kind of force it to be code by blocking an attack. And this one is play up to 1 North Kai with a cost of 3 from your hand when it's KO'd, which pretty much nice. We need to see what North Kai does to see if it's relevant, but then free playing out another card if it's KO'd, like then blocking from attack, pretty nice. And it's got the new trait of King Kai's Planet as well, which is a cool one. Then we've got Scouter. So this is a 2 cost event, and it's the cheapest way to ramp as well, because it's a 2 cost, and it's that effect main where you choose 1 card from your opponent's hand and reveal it. Then, if the reveal card cost is less than or equal to your energy, you add a top card of your deck to your hand, to your energy in rest mode. So, if you can play as early as turn 2 or even turn 1, and if the card you pick is less than or equal to the energy, so if you do this turn 1 where you go second and you hit and you make your opponent reveal a 1 cost card from your hand, you get the ramper card. But if you don't do anything. So if you use this reveal card from your opponent's hand and it's higher than your actual energy amount, or not even equal to it, then you don't get to ramp anything. You just pay 2 for nothing. So this is like a really risky reward kind of thing, but could potentially go off. But I don't think this is. It depends on what state of the game you're playing in, but could be like a way cheaper ramp, but is very like dependent on what you're playing against. If useful, it's not doesn't seem like a great one, but it has some like kind of like risky luck to it. Then we have yellow. So yellow also gets got 3 of the cards revealed, and we get to see a few more of those cards that kind of Boo can play out. Because remember, we saw Boo and his ability when he's awakened is another one, like a never ended turn, like the all the yellow leaders you've got in the main sets before, where end of turn you get to do something, whereas Frieza was untap 2 battle cards, Vegeta was untap 2 energy, but Boo was end of turn, free play out a 2 cost or less card, 2 cost battle card with Wicked Soul, or Evil Wizard in its trait, and the Wicked Soul is basically a trait for the like, characters that Babidi kind of mind controlled and converted into his observance and stuff. So maybe we see a SR Vegeta with Wicked Soul. So maybe see a Majin Vegeta in this. That'd be cool because we've already seen it as a Boo SR. Be just to see what the other SR for yellow. Because I imagine each of the non-black ones going to get at least 2, and maybe black gets more. But for the types we've got here, we've got Spopovich. That'd be a 2 cost 20k with 5k combo. Deborah, same stats, but it's Deborah. And then we got Papara. I think it's like Papara or something like that. I didn't think it was like this, but it was Papara Pa is little like what he says when he casts like a spell and does stuff. Like it seems like every spell he casts is using that word, and it's the Evil Wizard card as well. So we've got Spopovich, 2 cost 20k, 5k combo is perfect stats. Well, perfect cost for the expert out because it's got the traits of Wicked Skull as well as Earthling, and it's got an on play where you can choose it to 1 opponent's rest with battle cards with a cost of 1 or less to kill it. So yeah, it kind of goes with it's all about like yellow is about it's got to be in rest mode for a majority of effects, so it's like either locks it down, switches to rest mode, or it's got to be in rest mode for a certain thing, and goes in theme with it, and just popping 1 or less makes sense. Like pop a 1 or less, but it's got to be in rest mode to do it. It's not too bad, but then if your opponent doesn't have the 1 cost of rest, well, they're not likely to do like attack with a cantrip or anything, then it's going to be a bit useless. But we've got Deborah here, so he's got the Demon Realm Race. So we've got the Demon Realm Race in Fusion World, but it's in yellow because it's attached to Deborah because he comes in with the whole Boo stuff. And he's got a blocker, so this is like a blocker you can chuck out with Boo, which is quite nice. You want to chuck out things that can make use of, which Spopovich isn't great, but Deborah is quite nice, having checking out a blocker to kind of defend yourself after you've had your turn. Not only that, but he's got an effect which triggers when blocking, which is choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less, which is the rest mode. So you can block an attack and then rest something 2 or less when you do that, which is quite nice. So not too bad, pretty nice card. And then the extra being Papara Pa. 2 cost event, activate main, which wants you to, as a cost, switch 1 of your Babidi battle cards to rest mode, and then if you do the cost, then you choose up to 2 of your battle cards with a cost of 4 or less, a Wicked Soul in their special traits, and switch to active mode. So being a 4 or less means they're going to probably be like 3 or less, 3 cost or 4 cost Wicked Souls. So like not ones that you chuck out for free, not ones that you chuck out for free with Boo, but ones you actually play out, like maybe Majin Vegeta and stuff like that, look pretty nice. I do expect there to be a Majin Vegeta SR as a like 4 cost maybe or 3 cost. I can go with it and like do something with the Wicked Souls thing or have a good effect. But we'll have to wait and see for that. So these are the 3 yellow cards. So it's kind of seeing a little bit what Boo can do, what he can chuck out, but yeah, not a massive amount. But still, we're getting like little trickles, little tiny bits. But we'll hopefully see some more better stuff as we go on. Now, the last thing we got in the video is 1 black card reveal. So Bandai revealed 1 black card, and it's a pretty nice one. It's a pretty big doozy as well because it's a Bardock. So we get another Bardock's crew in the main set. We get a new Bardock's crew in the main set, and it's SR to boot. So it's the second black SR. So we've seen 2 red ones, 1 of the other colors, and 2 black ones as well. And it's a pretty nice one because it's free cost 20k, only requires 2 specified black. 5k combo as well, so SR with combo power, which is quite nice. And it's got a really nice effect, which is auto once per turn. When you use a card in a combo while this card is in battle, draw a card, then switch this card to active mode. So yeah, so this is pretty nice. So since the whole thing of like Bardock and stuff is all about like comboing and doing a combo from the top of your deck and stuff like that, if it's a Bardock's crew, this goes really nice with it, especially this is like a dual attacker. So 20k, swing it down, swing, combo on this attack, you replace the card you combo with because you draw a card when you use a combo while this card attacking, and you switch to active mode. So you swing, cycle through your deck while making the first attack more powerful, then switch it back to active mode, attack again, or even leave it inactive so your opponent can't attack into it. So you can get attack in and leave it so your opponent hasn't got something to attack into. And even then, if they do attack into this, you can then, because it's once per turn, but it's once per turn, not just a specific turn, it's just once per turn. If your opponent attacks into it, try to attack into it, you can combo when this card is being attacked, because it's in a battle, draw a card from that combo at the attacker, so she's card active mode, so they can't attack into it again, and it's safe. So that's and even use it as a combo for another attack, which is pretty nice. So that is pretty cool. A really nice black card. So I'm even looking like more into Barlock, and even though we haven't seen many of them, we did see like the kind of trailer kind of show off some of the cards. We've got some other ones like all Barlock's crews at the start of the deck. One's a cantrip, some other effects, some are skillless. So it's pretty interesting to see what we're getting. But we're getting some nice cards. I might even invest a bit in black, depending on what it does, because the get a starter deck, get some cards in the set. And this might actually be a set where actually bother getting some packs from it as well, rather than just skipping it because I don't know how to play it, like balance a game. But yeah, that is it for today. So let me know how you feel about these cards. Like, are you hyped for black? Are you hyped for any of the other colors, any other characters? What you're expecting to come out of it? Let me know below. And that'll be it for today. So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll come back to you next week when we get a few more of the spoilers from next week's lot. Bye for now.